If there was one thing along this twin flame journey that we all need to learn, that is self-respect. That is us acting with respect for ourselves by no longer allowing other people, including the twin flame, to mistreat us, learning how to set loving boundaries, avoiding the toxicity that comes along with not just the journey, but other people that are our teachers and our mirrors, and learning how to set those boundaries from a place of saying no more often. It's so important that we learn what our core values are and that we stand in those values for who we are. And now more than ever in the history of time of this even twin flame journey, we can no longer stuff and suppress these emotions. Because the minute we try to hide the emotions, we separate from who we are. And that is separating from the respect we should be having for showing up in an authentic place that says we matter and that we're unique, and that no matter what anybody else thinks, it's so important for us to be our true selves. And another thing in that is making sure to stop relying upon other people, the twin flame, or anything along the journey to fulfill you, or letting it define you, or letting it rob you from your power. So stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 key ways that you can call back that respect for yourself, so it will help you gain more self-love within, that will help you show up in a place of power. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure you hit subscribe and that notification bell so that you know when all my videos and content come live. I'm super excited to be sharing with you part 4 of the Self-Love Makeover Series. We're talking about the 6 aspects of the parts of ourselves that we need to become more powerful within, so we can collect those aspects and become whole and complete, and helping us navigate this journey from a place of self-love. So I hope you're enjoying this Self-Love Makeover Series. And if you've not got plugged in already, make sure to hit the link below to get started with the beginning of part 1. And make sure to stay tuned for future parts that are coming up. Make sure to sign up for the free ebook, Self-Love is Not Selfish, and it will get you plugged into my 10-day Self-Love Makeover. And you can sign up for that free below. So the first way that you can tap into more self-respect is to start taking responsibility for your own actions. And this is so key, because a lot of times in the twin flame journey, when we are triggered by experiences, people, the twin flame, it always feels, or can feel, I should say, like that they're responsible, or they're doing this to you, or they're causing you to go through a certain situation, and it becomes a sense of you're blaming the other person. If you can start by taking responsibility and accountability for your own experience, your own choices, your own perception, your own ability to choose how you navigate in such a way that if you're encountering this experience with whoever, and especially with the twin flame, to know that that is your mirror, and that within that trigger, there's a reflection in you that needs to be triggered so that wound can come to light, so you can see it, you can feel it, and if you can't see it and feel it, you cannot heal it. So it's going to be super important that you show up in a place of knowing that your actions matter, your choices matter. And as we go through this portal and this bridge into this next era of the new world, the new earth, the new templates, the new types of relationships, it's going to be so important to, in that relationship, to be able to take responsibility for your own actions in the relationship, and to see that person as a reflection of you, so that as you see that, you can then look within yourself and see what it is you need to learn, and what it is you need to heal, and how you can then use that for your own lesson to expand and elevate you for who you are, so that you can learn to evolve in a way that you grow past and beyond all of the past ways that you've handled things. When you can move beyond the blame game, That's going to be a place of the mastery within yourself, to know that you're showing up in a place of ownership of your own part in any relationship that is two-way. And as you own your part, no matter what the other person is doing, you can look within yourself and know that I may not have control over how they feel. I may not have control over the fact that this is their issue that maybe they're responding to or reacting to their own emotions through this experience I'm having with them. But I can control my own feelings, my own emotions, and I can choose to step out of that lower vibration, and I can choose to rise above the situation and know that I'm going to take the high road. And I'm going to stop blaming other people for my challenges, my circumstances, and to know that at the end of the day, basically, these circumstances were pre-designed and divinely connected in such a way for my soul to create an evolution and personal growth, that if I will take action and responsibility for myself, then no one has that kind of power over me in order to rob me of the experience of my ability to honor and respect who I am. And I don't necessarily have to conform and change who I am to be who they see me as or who they want me to be. I can stand in my own power. And in doing that, that allows me to take back the power that I'm giving away when I blame someone else and I look outside of myself. This is allowing me to take back my power, respect who I am, and show up in confidence that I'm doing my part, and that's all that it takes. So number 2 is don't settle for instant gratification. A lot of times, and especially in this twin flame journey, people are worrying and wondering and waiting for their twin flame before they can step into purpose, before they can have fun, before they can feel loved. And by even settling just for the breadcrumbs that is sometimes along this twin flame trail, you're basically saying that you don't respect yourself enough to know that you're worthy enough to know that you are the best apple at the top of the tree, and that somebody's going to climb up there and pick you. And if you are like the lower fruit on the tree and you're easy to pick and you're constantly available and your twin flame shows up, and then, the minute you kind of come to them and they take off running, and then you kind of keep waiting for them to show up, or even if they are, say, showing up, you're always available. And it's saying you don't matter, your time doesn't matter, and it's only convenient when it's good for them. So when you are always available, or you are always settling for second best of what you truly desire, then that's not necessarily your greater good, because then you're living in a lower vibration. And the minute you can kind of choose and say, I deserve this. Now, what I will tell you in that aspect of that, there are times and situations when you deserve this, and it might be, is it you deserve it, or is it an expectation that can then separate you, because sometimes your lesson is to let go of those expectations. So there's always two sides to every coin. So you do have to be careful about that. But I think the key in this is to make sure not to be afraid to turn down situations, experiences, offers, opportunities, and for sure those last minute calls from the twin flame that is putting you second in their life. Hold out, wait for the larger reward, the greater benefits that are for you, and let someone come to you instead of being always available. I always say this from one of my mantras, and I've said on here many times lately, probably in this Self-Love Makeover. My new mantra is, I don't chase anything. Everything that I desire and deserve comes to me. So I invite you to take on that mantra and have more self-respect for yourself, and to learn not to accept the instant gratification, because it's the long haul of this that will give you and deliver what it is that you desire from the highest version of not just who you are, but the highest version of what you deserve. And the third way that you can really show self-respect for you and your time and the value of who it is you are is learn how to say no. Know that your time is valuable, and that if you're not having self-respect for yourself, and say maybe you're actually overscheduling, you're overworking, or you're over accommodating to other people's needs and not putting your own needs first, then that is you not showing up for you. And if you can't show up for you, you're teaching other people not to show up for you. And then you're desiring and you're wanting something that you're not teaching people how to do for you. So when you can learn how to say no, that's going to help you then kind of pull back the power, have respect for yourself. That's going to put you in charge of your own time. And it might be difficult at first because, especially if you're over accommodating for people, it's hard sometimes to say no. But this is such a huge thing that you need to learn how to say no, because especially in today, as we are moving at a faster pace, and some of the things we used to desire are showing up in our life and they become tests, and our plate can get super full and you can't get done all of the things that you have committed to. And then you set yourself up for self-sabotage because you're trying to constantly do something and you're not fully free to show up and be available, and you're stretching yourself thin, and therefore that's not putting yourself first. And I think the key in this is to stop putting other people before you and your own needs, and you're showing up for yourself when you can learn how to say no. So number 4, which is the number one way that you can start showing others that you have self-respect for yourself, is to start following through with the promises you make and do it with consistency. Because if you start to tell people you're going to do certain things and then you can't follow through, they are not going to be able to follow through either, and they're going to meet you at the level of the bar or the expectancy you have. Now, this is a little bit different than expecting something from someone else to give you. This is you having an expectation of the fact that you're going to actually honor your time and value yourself and value what it is that you're putting your time, your talent, and your attention into. And that means, like, I call this planting seeds on good ground. So I do this with clients. I do this in my relationships and in all of my areas of my life, that if I'm going to take my time, my energy, and I'm going to invest it in anyone or anything, not even a person, but anything. If I'm going to invest my time and energy into that, then it needs to be in a way that it is fertilized on good ground, that is going to multiply and harvest, and it's going to return to me in some way in a harmonic exchange for the energy I have put into something. Now, I always say that there's the 80-20 and the 20-80 rule. So the 80-20 rule is to consistently try to set up your life or things that you're putting your attention into or your time into or your energy into, be as consistent as you can 80% of the time. So because no one can be 100%, and that's giving you this 20% flexibility to know that you're human, and that as long as you do things and at 80% consistency, you're operating at optimal level. But on the flip side of that, if you're going to put that time and energy into something, it should only take 20% of your energy into anything to give you an 80% return. So if you're investing all your time, your attention, and energy into, say, the twin flame, and it's not returning to you and they're not showing you the same level of interest, then it's time to put your energy into somewhere that's going to be of more value. And if you don't, you're lowering your own frequency, your own vibration. And with that being said, in this case, what I'm saying is that you need to follow through on your own promises to teach people how to do that. So what that means is, because I see this over and over and over in the twin flame world, is the threats that a lot of people will make saying, this is your last chance. If you don't show up this time, if you can't give to me this time, if you can't do this time, then it's over. And a lot of people go in that from this all or nothing, but then it's like having children. If you don't reprimand and you don't stick to the plan, then they don't believe you. And if they don't believe you and you unfold and you fall into the old patterns or thinking, oh, this time they have it and they're going to show up and be there for me, then you're putting yourself in a position that is not respecting yourself, and then they're sure as hell not going to respect you. So in addition to my self-love makeover that you can check out below, not just the video series, but how to get signed up for that self-love makeover 10 days where you get tips, tools, techniques that's going to help you step more into your own self-love. And the ebook, Self-Care is Not Being Selfish. So check that out. But in addition to that, make sure that you check out if you're having an issue still letting go of some things and you're needing to move more back into yourself from away from the twin flame that's causing you to disrespect yourself, then make sure you check out my Twin Flame Obsession series that can help you learn how to detach from all of the energy that you're investing into that person when you should be investing that energy into who you are and loving yourself. So I'll be the first to admit that acting with self-respect is not always easy. You know, sometimes we find some of the most simplest things that sound simple, some of the most hardest or what feels like impossible things to do. But as long as you can really show up in a place that you want to say yes to this, that you want to take back your responsibility, to take back your power, and you decide that you're going to skip some of the instant gratification and learn how to say no and learn to show up, stand up, and to put yourself in positions and around people that are higher level, that's going to help you have a higher level of respect for yourself. And that way, if you can continue to follow through consistently with some of these things, then you're not only going to stop feeling disrespected by other people, but you're going to start feeling more respected by yourself. And when you feel that way, other people are going to feel it, and they are definitely going to start respecting you too. So please let me know how this has helped you. And I hope that you're finding the self-love makeover journey an enjoyable experience. So let me know in the comments how it's helping you. And let me know in the comments which one of the aspects has been most challenging or the easiest for you. Okay? And I will see you in the next video. So make sure that you like, comment, and share the shine. And may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.